I thank everybody for participating today, whether you're at a distance in Rostock or in Hamburg, or you've come up to Hamburg. We really appreciate the fact that you have made that trip and given up your Sunday to be here, even though there wasn't really much choice. Stephanie and Antu, who you don't know, is Alma. She's right here next to me, so just come and say hi, Alma.
Hi.
Okay. Alma is who you should send your invoices to when you have done any work and you send the invoices, they go to Alma. Please make sure you always send those to her. Any questions about your invoices go to Alma. And we had some issues recently with people giving us printed invoices just before the summer holiday, and us not paying on time. So to avoid that, can I ask you all, please, first of all, my first point today, to always send us an electronic invoice, and we can make sure, even if we are away, that you get paid as quickly as possible. Okay, cool, thank you. Something else that's new is, I was going to write the number there, Kira, thanks for the pen, but I realised you've got these calendars as well. On the back of the new calendar, this is also on the website, Ancha and Stephanie, and Sarah as well. On the back you'll see a telephone number, you'll see the Cambridge address, and there's a telephone number for Hamburg. And it says Tuesday and Wednesdays we're available from 4 until 6, which is pretty rubbish, really. That we're just available for 2 hours on 2 days a week. So what I've done with the next number where it says SMS, I've just opened a Signal account and a WhatsApp account using this number for Cambridge admin, which means that you can share this number with any candidate, any teacher. If they have a question, the hope is that they will get an answer ASAP. Yeah. The calendar, if you open the calendar as well, it's all online on our website as well. You've got all of the dates for 2023. That's including the preliminary Vantage and higher business exams. We have one more year to offer these examinations. That's until December 2023, when Cambridge have decided worldwide to discontinue these exams. Yeah. We are getting that said, we are getting new clients who are sending groups, not big groups, big for business English, of candidates. So we expect to offer those exams in 2023 and probably have quite a few candidates there. Okay. What else do I need to tell you? We made a list this morning, Wilton.
March back.
Yeah. Okay. Recently, we had an exam. It was a computer-based exam in Hamburg, and I noticed that the information that was entered on the mark sheet that we now need to collect from you of all the scores, and the information that was given on the mark sheets themselves was different. Okay, the scores were all correct, but the candidate numbers, the Cambridge identities, you all have an identity number, they were different on this sheet and also on the mark sheets. Fortunately, I noticed that, so it didn't get sent away to Cambridge, but it's something that we really need to keep an eye on. One thing Wilton asked me about some years ago, and I've let it slip, is when I publish the timetables, you've got your name on the timetable for the day that you're working. What you should always have is your identity there, your identity number. Okay, so please just pay attention to that. I think the confusion was there was a DC and a DE, and we didn't know which one to enter. I think that's all for that. This mark sheet, what I'm going to do I'm speaking about the list where you have all of the candidates on and you have to enter all the scores separately.
That's not sent to Cambridge, is it?
No, that's sent to me,
Oh, okay.
but I need to make sure that the information on the mark sheets and on that is the same. Yeah. From now on, I'm going to send you before an exam day, at least a week in advance. If you don't hear from me, tell me off. Okay. At least a week in advance of all the candidates and the spaces for you to enter your scores. Okay. If you could then just print that off and take it with you when you come for your exams, that would be great. Yeah. Any questions so far? Yeah, Steve.
Maybe on that extra mark sheet, where we enter the marks for you, when we change as interlocutor and assessor, we need to add maybe a second line on top of that template that you are sending us, where that switch can be included, because at the moment there's only one interlocutor, one assessor. But we change, isn't it, after 4 or 5 pairs, so that we can just write down the change of
I see.
assessor.
That's important
That created a
information
problem
too.
last time, and we added our own little
Yes, yes.
line there. If you could just add that, makes it easier.
We need to collect that
Yeah.
too from you. True, true. Yeah. Kira, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't, because I haven't
You don't
examined, I
really.
haven't examined for you for
No.
a year, so
We'll
I
come
have
to
no
that
idea
in a
what you're
moment.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Sure. Okay. Speaking examiners now are required to make a separate note of all of the scores that they offer because of issues in Cambridge, I think it was. But we need to make sure that we have a record of all of the scores that are sent off to Cambridge. So we keep a separate list.
I
running
understand the
list
principle, and I read the email, I know it was an email sent out to all of us. I've just not done it myself.
No, sure. Okay.
I can't join in the conversation.
Vicky, I'd like to come on to that point now. I apologise to those of you in Rostock, those of you up in Schleswig-Holstein as well, especially up in Flensburg, where you might have one exam a year, 1 or 2 exams a year. Kira and Salime and the rest of us, the account managers, we are working on trying to build that business. We're really interested to hear from you if you know of any schools where you think they might be open to being contacted by one of us to try and increase the Cambridge business there. Okay, so we're working hard. I'm really focusing on Schleswig-Holstein now. In Hamburg, we've got a steady flow of new schools coming to us, but in Schleswig-Holstein it's very quiet, and we want to try and increase that business for you. So I'm looking at the 3 of you. I really apologise that we haven't been able to give you more work, yeah? But hopefully that's going to change. Yeah? Okay. Materials. It is imperative that. Hey Jeff, just have a seat. Welcome. This is Jeff. Jeff is joining us as a supervisor and invigilator. Not all of you know him. Jeff is based in Haida, but he's not a speaking examiner. Jeff is, yeah.
Before we move on, I'm afraid I sent you yesterday an invoice that should go to Alma. This
Should go
is
to
mentioned,
Alma, please. Yeah.
but I'm afraid I don't have Alma's email number, so email address.
It's very
So maybe-
simple. You've got my email address. Just replace the Andreas with Alma, ALMA, at cambridge-nord.de.
Andreas?
No.
Andreas and Alma?
So when you send the invoice to me, my address
Yes.
is Andreas at cambridge-nord.de. Just replace Andreas with Alma.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Okay, thank you.
The same is true for Wilton, Kira, Tracy, Madalena.
For everybody.
We've all got
Okay,
Cambridge accounts.
just Alma.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Send the invoice to Tracy. Where were we? Yeah, so this is Jeff. Welcome, Jeff. We might also be joined today. I'm not quite sure what's
Nicole?
happening with Nicole.
She's on her way.
She's on her way. Nicole is just coming to meet you, basically. She has moved up from Stuttgart to Denmark, and she might be doing some work in Denmark, but she's not really yet quite part of the team, okay? Which means that any work that comes in will be offered to you first before we start offering it to other people. Yeah? But make her feel welcome, please. Okay, materials. Speaking materials, I believe that from 2023, speaking materials will be published twice a year. Okay, this means that as soon as the new year starts, if not before, I will contact you. I'll send you an email to say your material is here now. You must make sure that you collect that material as soon as possible into that year. Okay? If you work with materials that were from the previous session or from the previous year, it will be treated as, what's the word here, non-compliance, which we will treat really seriously. Okay? It's your responsibility as speaking examiners to make sure you get those materials as quickly as possible. Okay?
A question, please.
Yeah.
How can we see the difference then between
Okay,
two editions?
so Madalena, have you got that pack there? Okay, so you receive this pack here. If you turn to the back of the pack, there's in tiny writing there, it says copyright. At the moment it says Articles 2022. Make sure it says 2022. In 2023, you'll see here that the last number is a 1. That's for the first half of the year. Okay? Then, for the second half of the year, that 1 becomes a 2.
So it'll be 23-2.
Exactly. So September 2023, you're going to have the pack that says number 2 here, and then the date at the back. And make sure it's that year.
So it's literally end of June, 30th of June is the switchover.
Yeah. I'll confirm that. I'll let you know as soon as I have the new materials, and then make a date to come and collect them from me. Okay? As always, I have this 1 week rule. Okay, please let me know at least a week in advance before you receive these materials. I mean, let me know at least a week in advance so that you can get those materials. Don't let me know the day before.
Okay, because for example, July the 8th, there is the
Yeah.
next set of exams.
That is a brilliant question.
So what happens then?
I need
Tight.
to check with Cambridge to see when we should start using the new
Okay.
materials. July it's the first time we're offering an exam in July because of the Hamburg school holidays. But I need to check that with them.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Would have passed me on over.
Okay, I'm going to give you a list that Wilton has put together as well. This is a list of hopefully all the speaking examiners and the exams for which you have currently been trained and which you are prepared to offer. Okay? If anything is not correct here, if there's an exam that you see that is not something that you offer, or there is something that is here that should not be there, tell me. Okay, I'm just going to send this around. If under your name or next to your name, you could also write invigilator, that means you're part of the invigilation team, that will also help me. Okay, so write invigilator if you do invigilation, and then check your speaking exams. Okay, I'll send that around. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah?
Marcella, I'll tell you yours later and you can check with you later.
Yeah, and same with Stephanie and
Yeah,
I'll share as well. Okay. And I think that's all from me. Do you have any questions, any feedback, anything you want to share with me, with Wilton, with Eva, who's not here today? She's responsible for training the marshals who take the candidates to the room with Alma. Courtney.
Quick question, I'm not sure if she has a question.
Yes. A quick question.
Okay, yeah.
Me?
Marcella, please.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm if you have already sent some draft of schedules for next summer, for next exams, because I heard somebody knows that they have a test in July, and I don't know yet. You have not sent any draft.
Nothing has been sent out yet for 2023. What we said about July was it's the first time that we're offering the exam in July, but I don't know who the team will be. I don't know if we're going to have that exam at all.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I have not missed anything. Okay.
Maybe it was this. This is where we got the information
Yeah,
from.
okay. Andrew's just said that the information is in this calendar. I'll make sure that some are sent to Rostock and Marcella as well. I'll make sure you get some when we see each other in December. Or November, yeah, when you're next working anyway.
Sorry, Andreas, have we given you our possible dates at all for 2023? Starting?
No.
Not yet.
No,
Not even
I'm going to send
January.
out an email.
Okay.
We will be working on the schedules
Okay.
for that very soon. Yeah,
The quick question I had, okay.
sorry, Courtney.
As speaking examiners, we have that list where we write down the score we give for the candidate.
Mm-hmm.
We have that one, so now on the one, now you're gonna make a second one, so we'll have two of them we have to fill out?
No, just one.
There's gonna be one. Okay.
But Steve's point was we don't know who is the invigilator, the interlocutor, and who is the assessor, and that information needs to be added to that template as well. Any other questions? No, I'm here during the day. Alma's here as well. Feel free to speak to us when you have a break.
Sorry, I
Anything
do
comes
have
up,
one
please.
question.
Melissa.
I haven't done B2 for years,
Mhm.
10 years. So I'm not actually, am I going to be trained today to do it? Would I be able to examine after today? Because we're doing the assessment for B2.
I'll mention that later.
Answer that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good stuff. Okay. Wilton, thanks.
Switch this off.